So, welcome back to the Hunter's Mark. Last time where we left off, you guys had a little downtime, you chilled out, you did some shopping, you did some training, blah blah blah. Then you was approached, well actually specifically Sonara was approached, no Edward, because you haven't rested yet. You guys was Sonara was approached by a strange hooded man who had claimed to be from he used to claim to be working for the Harpers. He gave you a scroll, and in that scroll was a contract for a mission that you guys are undergoing, where there are some strange unbalance of magical energy near the small town of Daggerford. Specifically in the local marsh, the Lizard Marsh. You guys mosey on over there by carriage, mosey on over to the marsh, and then eventually come across an to some ruins, and then find an entrance to some ruins. You guys enter the ruins, follow the stairs down to find yourself in a cafeteria kind of place, where it would seem like they would eat there, and stuff like that. You guys carried on down the corridor, and then around the corner, you find yourself in this room with a strange pedestal at the end of the far wall that had some strange items on it. Trying to acquire that item, you guys got attacked by two giant spiders. Arcus was webbed for the entire time of the fight. Unfortunately, Salus got very badly wounded, but you guys managed to beat them and get out of there. Eventually you came across a treasury room which was guarded by a kobold. You guys tied him up, attempted to communicate with it, but it didn't seem to understand you, and it was just going out of it was basically gibberish to you guys. You still have him tied up. You went into the treasury and you acquired some two chests. You acquired some items from there, which I think I should have put on the people who looted. I should have put them on your list, I believe. I don't know, I can't remember. I think I did, I'm not too sure. And then and that is where we left off. So you guys are currently in the corridor with this kobold who is tied up. What do you guys like to do?
Moan at Grant for not putting all the stuff in that he said he did.
He did.
He didn't for me. I got a bunch of gems and stuff. I don't see them.
Wait, let me have a look.
Well, I looted the first one. Well, not the first one, the trap one. That's one I looted.
I think I've got. Oh, they're on a different. They're on a different page. Okay.
Yeah, because it's treasure, so it's easy to put in your treasure. But
okay,
yeah.
Fair enough. I didn't know that page was there.
So
I see you put all my money in though. Money.
You're welcome. So you guys are outside this treasury with a tied up kobold. There's still a corridor. Well, as you come out, let's say you're coming out the treasury, there's a left corridor which you came from, and then there's still like a right corridor that winds down and carries on.
Well, shall we get to explore that last corridor?
I mean, it's the only way to go, isn't it? So might as well.
And also just making sure we have all the magical artifacts that might be causing the disturbance. Indeed, Arcus. Indeed.
You guys...
I will stealth ahead.
Alright, roll a stealth roll. Are you guys just leaving the kobold tied up in there, left there?
Nope. I'm carrying it with us and then dropping it off at the point where I start stealthing, and I tell them not to kill him, as he would be a valuable information source for the nearby village.
Right, okay. So, if you're going on ahead, then roll a stealth roll.
Oh boy, stealth, don't fail me now.
Natural
Did
one.
not.
Alright, so you go on ahead. How far are you going ahead?
How long is it?
So the current corridor is about 20 to 30 feet upwards. And then it winds to the right, for about 20 to 30 feet again, and then it winds left. If you want to go up there.
Uh-oh, let's see. I want to take the wait, yeah, the nearest one. Well,
well,
wait, I want to get up to the nearest one, and then I want to listen.
Well, I mean, it's one. I mean, it's one corridor, but it winds right, and then when you get to, and then it goes to a dead end, but then it winds left. If that makes sense. So it's like an L.
Yeah,
it's like a reverse. It's like a reverse L.
Yeah, I got you now. It's kind of like Waluigi Luigi.
Yeah, and then okay, so I'll say you get to the corner of the L, and you look down the corridor, and for about 30 to 40 feet there is a doorway. There's no door, but there's a doorway, and it does lead into what you can tell from there where you are, because it's not too bright. That it does lead into another room. It looks quite lengthy, but because you're quite far back, you can't really see into the room. You just see a little bit of it.
I also just want to do a quick perception or whatever check you want to look for traps.
Are you going up to the doorway then?
No, just the corridor in case there's any tripwire or stuff like that.
Okay, roll a perception check for me. 13. You look around, there doesn't appear to be any traps, any tripwires or anything like that. Seems fine.
Alright, I'll go get the others.
Okay.
And then I will look at the door later when we get over there.
Okay.
And also I've got the kobold's mouth covered again.
Uh-huh.
This is for your own safety.
Just stares at you.
I know I'm sorry for kidnapping you in a sense, but not killed you yet. At least think about that.
The more you talk, the more it just has the same blank expression.
Alright, you might not be able to understand what I say.
Really?
Yeah,
You
I'm just
understand
gonna
that
get
now?
This is my metagamey knowledge peeking through. Stop it.
Aha, activate my trap card. Anti-meta. Anyway. So, what do you guys like to do?
Well, I just wanted to get them to move up ahead with me, because while I do not fear death, I want them to be aware of it at least, in case.
Sure. So, you're all
Yeah,
moving
and
up
then I
with?
wanna investigate the door.
Okay, so you're gonna all move up with Sailors?
Yep.
Cool. Are you guys stealthing or are you guys just walking?
I'm keeping a fair distance back to make sure I don't disturb any stealth they're trying to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go stealth mode again.
I'll
Mine fine.
If the place,
I'll just
if
say
the hallway is dark, I still have my
it's like low light. It's not really dark, but it's not really bright. You know, it's kind of like in the between. It's like dim light kind of thing. Like it's not too bad. It's not complete darkness.
Okay.
But yeah, so you guys head down the corridor, and then you come up to the doorway. And what are you doing for the doorway?
I'm just gonna look at. I'm just gonna investigate it in case there's any hidden protrusions or stuff like that that might spring loose once we go through it, or potentially a pressure plate or something like that.
Sure. Just roll an investigation check for me then, please. Doesn't appear to be any traps. Seems fine.
Oh well.
Seems like a doorway.
Yeah, and then I want to look into the room.
Okay, so you kind of look into the room. It's about 20 to 30 feet wide. And it's about... give me a second. About 50 to 70 feet long. There doesn't seem to be too much in this room. There's like dust, there's some cobwebs, there's some fallen rocks. You actually see at the far end, to the right, there is a doorway, but it's covered, it's filled by rocks. And then on the right side of the room, there's also another doorway, but again, that's also caved in by rocks. But where that right doorway is, mirrored to the left, on the left side, so there is a doorway. There's also a doorway there. There's a big stone door. and that's all you really see from where you are, unless you guys are going in.
I also want to look for more spiders or potential hidden enemies again.
Sure. So are you going? Are you walking through? Are you going?
Yeah, as much as I need to.
You walking through? You walking through the doorway? You going into the room?
Yeah.
So you walk through the doorway.
Yes, I can.
So you walk through the doorway, and you enter this room. Make a perception check for potential spiders, I guess. You look around. Remembering last fight, you kind of look up at the ceiling. Doesn't appear to be any giant spiders.
Alright, I'm gonna usher them forward with.
Yeah, Arcus, you look around. Especially you. You look around. You're like, you don't really see any spiders, so you feel a bit better. But
should I roll one as well?
if you all right, everyone roll a perception for spiders. I've clearly scarred you.
Hey, I got a fucking 7. Jesus.
Chibi, you look around. There's no spiders. Sonara, would you like? Yeah, okay. Sonara, you look around. Again, you all just look around, right? And you just look for these fucking spiders, okay? Because you don't want this shit happening again. None of you seem to spot any spiders.
Can we see webs?
Yes, but not as thick as the previous room. It's spider webs that you would probably think is more kind of, like, as places seem to age and are abandoned, kind of like spiders just making their webs, kind of thing. They're not huge.
Setting those things on fire.
They're making their way downtown.
Wait, you said gonna set on fire?
Yes.
Alright, so you go around, you send some fire to the webs. Funny enough, you actually give a little bit more light in the room because of it. So while you're doing that, is anybody else doing anything?
I want to have a little look-see at the door.
Cool. So, you walk up to the stone door. You gotta give me a second. Whoa, what the fuck? Ah! 1 second, my notes are being weird. Right. Yep, so you walk up to the door. It's a stone door. It has no handle, but you can see it does have a keyhole. And there is some writing on there as well.
Do I know it? I can speak Common and Draconic. Wait, not Draconic. What am I on about? Wait, what happened to my languages?
Wait. Oh, I think I might know what happens. Let me check Let me check someone's sheet. Yeah. Okay. Basically, we bought like a module, and Roll20's had a bit of update on character sheets. So all your features and traits and your proficiencies and languages, you add it in now like an item. I completely forgot about that. But alright. Either way, we'll leave it for now. I'll sort it out later for you guys.
From what I remember, I have Common, Elvish, Abyssal, and Celestial.
It's fine. You can read it. It seems to be. It looked gibberish. It looked like gibberish at first, but you kind of see the letters kind of glow red, and they kind of form together to read it in Common. And on it, it says, "Use your head to paint me red. Inside of D resides your key."
Oh. Okay, let's see. Do I have a little knife? Wait, did it say on my head?
1 second. Let me type it.
Lovely, because it's time to get edgy.
So use your head to paint me red. Inside of D resides your key.
Okay, I'm just gonna cut myself on the omelet, then put some blood on my forehead, and then put my forehead up against the door.
Right. Okay. So, as the blood touches the door, a red glow kind of emanates from the door, and you take your head back. You go touch. You look at your hand and you touch where the blood was, and the blood has gone. You step back from the door, and you see from just in front of the door, this fleshy figure starts to appear. It's kind of like from like it kind of like it comes up from its feet, and forms a figure. Ooh, give me 1 second. I'm having a little trouble here. Come on, stop it! Stop doing it! Stop doing that, please. Okay. And what you see before you is a fleshy clone of yourself. I would like everybody to click their tokens, please, and roll for initiative.
Do it right for once.
Okay, so from what I understand now, I need to crack open my own head and find a key potentially.
You have advantage,
Oh,
Willow.
Ah, how do I have advantage? I didn't even click that. I
Well,
don't.
Oh.
It's not normal.
Oh, I just realized. Yeah, I gotta.
1 second. Yeah, advantage doesn't work for some reason, but because of the new character sheet, in this little thing here, you can do it somewhere. Yeah, we go. Initiative. Yeah, so you can do it with advantage. Just roll again, it'll be fine.
You said click my token. Where does it show the initiative? Is that the blue?
Oh, give me 1 second. I've made this way too loud for myself. Sorry. It doesn't matter. I'll do it. Yeah, normally just click your. Wait, you guys can see the map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So normally when you roll for initiative, you meant to click your character token, then press initiative. It doesn't matter though. I'll just add it. Don't worry. I'll clean up your mess. Oh, that's a pretty good initiative, Arcus, actually. And then you technically got 22. Alright, 1 second, I need to load up, and there's a sheet. Well, I need to roll your initiative.
But I've rolled initiative. I've got 11.
Not for you.
Oh yeah, shit. I forgot me. Oh damn it.
I forgot me.
Right, this is...
Yeah.
Okay.
Me goes before me by just 1 point. Damn it.
Don't get killed by yourself, for the love of God.
This is really metaphorical. So, you guys watch as this fleshy clone version of Salus appears from in front of the doorway. It's definitely obvious that you can't get mixed up. Like the clones, but the clone is very fleshy and it's very obvious. So there's no way you can mix them up, unless I don't know. But top of the round.
What is it? Roll perception to see if you can tell who's who.
It's very obvious.
I don't care.
So Arcus, top of the round, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I would say I get confused on which one it is in the turn order, but you just have
11.
to scroll over him.
Unfortunately, that does not hit. You get out your bow. It's just abomination. You pull back an arrow, but you just judge the aim a little bit too aloft, and you manage to accidentally hit the wall beside him. You can still move, and you still have a bonus action if you'd like to use either of those. For moving, just move yourself. Remember, you can, if you haven't used it already, second wind as a bonus action, and you get that back every short rest. I'm not sure if you've used it already there. I don't think you have. I don't think you used it last time. but if you don't want to use it, that's fine. Moving. Is that the end of your turn? Okay. So you move up behind, trying to get away from this weird fucking creature. Chibi, is your turn. What would you like to do?
See where I can shoot this thing from. I don't get anywhere, as always. Yep.
Yeah.
Also, what the hell is with this? What the fuck happened here?
I don't.
Don't worry about it.
Part of the wall is just gone.
Oh, it's probably. I must. I don't see that, but it's probably just I fucked up the fog of war.
Right. I'll move there.
Okay.
So I can hit it anyway.
Pretty much, yep.
And you can use bonus actions first, right?
Yep. You can use it whatever order you'd like. Otherwise, that'd be really shitty.
Obviously, it's going to be my last spell slot for today, but I'm going to use Hunter's Mark on it.
All right. So you stare down this fleshy clone of Salus, point your finger, and mark it as your quarry.
I get advantage on my first attack, right?
Yeah, because you're going before it. Him.
Right.
It's. I guess.
Thing. I kind of want to use those +1 arrows because this seems like it would be a good idea to use them right now.
Have you done an attack for that for you?
I've never used them. I've still got a stack of 20.
Okay. But
How do they? I'm not sure how they work.
They basically just give +1 to attack rolls and damage rolls.
Alright.
Let me just check if I've done it. If I haven't done an attack, no, I haven't. Okay, I'll just remember to add +1 to either.
So okay, yeah, I'll try using some +1 arrows. I just need to pick my longbow still, right?
Yeah. Just click your longbow. With advantage.
The advantage is collected. I've accidentally clicked in it. Oh my god, I clicked in it in the fucking equipment screen. I'm dumb.
So, even with the +1, the 26 definitely hits. Roll for some dabblage along with your Hunter's Mark.
Right, I'll do Hunter's Mark first.
Okay, so 3 minus 3, then -6 because of +1 of your arrow. You pull back your arrow of this abomination, having your Hunter's Mark help your aim. You let go and soar through the sky, and it hits it straight in its stomach. It just locks up at you, and it doesn't really have a face. It kind of has like the dents of a face, but it doesn't actually have like eyeballs or like a mouth. It's just like a fleshy mask. It's pretty disgusting. But yeah, just mark that arrow off, obviously, and then if that's your turn. Yep, is that your turn?
Yeah, I got nothing else I can do.
Cool. Next up, Sonara. You see this weird fucking fleshy thing. It's freaky.
I'm gonna check a chromatic orb at it.
Yep. Which element would you like?
It hasn't moved yet, so let's go with frost.
Okay. And then just roll for your attack roll whenever. 25 is gonna do it. Roll for your dabblage. So as you conjure up a small orb in your hand of basically like a little ice ball, you fling it up, catch it, and fling it across the room. As it smashes into the chest of this creature, the ice kind of splits off and like a bit like a the only way I can explain it, I'm dumb, is like Hanzo scatter arrow. It like scatters a shrapnel, like shrapnel, and where his chest is, it starts to freeze up, and eventually, and his whole body starts to freeze until eventually it just shatters. It's pretty dead. It basically, after it shatters, the ice melts really quickly, as it's obviously magical ice, and it's just a big messy, just a big puddle of messy flesh on the floor.
Jesus, did we really demolish that thing that quickly?
Well, it's supposed to be a copy of me on level 2.
I mean, yeah.
Stuff at 18.
you know, you did 9 damage to it, and Marcus did like 16 damage. So
That's going to kill most of us.
yeah, 16 is like a lot of people's health. But yeah,
That's true.
the fleshy thing is now a big pile of goop on the
Oh,
floor.
I didn't roll for wild magic.
Roll a d20.
You're still going for the wild magic? We've already won.
It's still cast it.
Yep, we did.
So just roll a d20 and we'll... Only if you cast that at level 2. Oh my god. But you cast it at level 1 spell. Well, nothing here. Nothing here. Don't forget about your tides of chaos, by the way.
I already used those.
Oh really?
Yeah, I used those last session, remember? We
So
didn't rest at all, so I didn't get anything back.
Yeah, I've officially got no spell slots left until I
Fuck.
select as well.
I could have made
Okay,
I could have made your roll, but I'm gonna save it. Right. So
Oh.
your tides of chaos is down. So that's just I need to know that. So
I'll be back real quick.
all right. So what do you guys like to do?
well, as I said, it's in my head. I'm going to pick out my fucked up face and I'm going to rip it open and see if there's a key in there. If it wasn't being literal.
Well, it's a big pile of flesh goop.
Yeah, I'm going to try and find out where the head is and see.
So are you gonna search in the goop?
Yup.
Alright. So roll an... Yeah, no, don't roll anything. While you're doing that, Edward, just quickly roll an investigation. Yeah, so you start going through the goop. It's really horrible, it's really thick, and it's really sticky. You try and just... Yeah, Edward, you get that 1 hour back. Good job. You successfully get that 1 hour back.
I'm back.
Fine. Alright. You also get a +1 arrow as well, because you...
Can I have that back, please? I paid for them. Okay, thank you.
Nice. Alright, so while you guys exchange arrows, and as, again, you're going through the goop, it's horrible, it smells, and it's like tar. Fleshy tar, it's really gross. But eventually you do pick up a fleshy goop covered key. It's quite rusted.
Aha, my assumptions were correct. Just a bit, I did my head thing a bit too early.
Do you know what would have been terrifying? If we let Mogul do that, we would have been dead.
That's what I was hoping for, but he didn't turn up, so...
Well, to
We'd
be
never
fair,
get through his defense.
You probably could, considering most of you rolled above his.
I'm just saying, I had one ready for each one.
Oh, cool. By the way, if it was me, I wouldn't be dead in one turn. I've actually got a nice amount of health for some reason. I don't know
Yes,
why.
but you would have also had that copy would have also had to get away for one more person who can attack from range.
Yeah, that's true.
And I could give it disadvantage because I'd be in melee with it.
So anyway, yep.
And also
Technically.
I attacked twice.
So
Does everybody want to go through the door now?
Sure.
Alright. Or should we rest for 1 hour, or just go?
Resting will give everyone their health and stuff back, right? Well, maybe not all of it, but... you know.
in a short rest, you can roll as many hit dice as you have left. I don't think anyone's used any yet, so you all have 2.
Well, I've taken no damage, so...
Yeah,
I don't need to...
so you're alright for now. But as well, in short rest, you can have a look at magical items, you can tune to magical items. Some people get their abilities back at short rest.
Yeah, I'll rest.
Yep, alright. So let's just say you all take a short rest.
I don't know if I get mine back. I don't think so.
No, unfortunately, not for rangers.
What do I roll?
Your hit dice if you need to heal any, but I think you're fine. You've not really taken any damage.
Yeah, I haven't been hit once. Nothing survived long enough to get close to me.
Yes, you get your action surge back, and if you had used your second wind, you'd also get that back as well, for future reference.
Get my key back.
No, I know you didn't, but so it's fine. You get your action surge back. So, is there anything you want during the short rest, Marcus? Because you're not healing. Is there anything you want to do?
I wanna study the.
Sorry.
What?
Those bracelets. Who wants to check into those?
Yeah, I was gonna study them.
Okay.
Is there any way I can set a fire without using magic?
I could
I'm pretty sure you.
fireball.
Wait, you have it? Do you have an explorer's pack?
I do.
Well, you've got like a tinderbox, so I could say you could start a small fire, I guess.
Anyone want some raw bear meat? Well, cooked, I guess. But
I hope.
Anyone-
I hope. Yeah.
I've got a pound of this shit. Anyone want any?
Jeff, I'm kinda hungry at the moment. Though, admittedly, seeing my own fleshy self made me lose a bit of taste, to be fair.
No, I'll cook some meat for people then.
Okay. How much meat do you have? How many pounds?
I've got one.
Oh, okay. The
She doesn't roll a
Mate,
constitution if
uh,
you're hungry.
make a wisdom check, just a straight
What do-
wisdom.
What
What-
do I roll to study the bracelets?
Are you studying them or trying to attune to them?
I'm basically trying to attune to them to understand what kind of magic it is.
Right. I'll give you. I'll get to you in just a second.
Okay.
Well, studying is you gain a lot more information. Attuning, you become attuned to it, you can use it, and you know how to activate it.
So at the end of the short rest, you guys heal. Willow, you cook some meat. So just instead of raw cooked bear meat, you now have cooked bear meat, a pound of it.
Right. I'll just.
And Sonara, during the short rest, you try your best. You try multiple times to try to attune to this item, but every time you do, and every time you try and understand it, you seem to be a bit like magnets. It seems to push you away, and every time it pushes you away, the two gems that are in the middle of them, the two forest green dark gems, kind of light up. They kind of glow. When they you for some reason there's some force stopping you from studying / attuning to these items.
Oh, that's annoying.
You can potentially have others try and attune to the identify them.
I mean, if they're actively rejecting
Alice,
him,
you can have a look.
You want to have a look, Arcus?
Oh, I thought that was Salus. I didn't see Argus. Yeah, you can look.
So he gives you the braces. What do you well? So you spend a bit of time with them. You try and understand them. You try and connect with them. Again, the gems on the braces seems to push you away. No, they do not. These seem very, very old, very ancient, and even if you roll a history or whatever, you've never seen anything like these in your life. And again, you try and connect with these braces, but it just seems to push you away. There's some sort of force stopping you from taking these.
I assume that was meant to me, so then...
No, it's still Arcus, sorry.
So, how about my edgy self?
Unfortunately, not Arcus. No, not this time. You you have a look at them. You try and connect with them. The gemstones glow, and yeah, they push you away. They
well, I
Not
mean,
meant for me either.
Alright.
if everyone's trying it, I guess I should give it a go.
you passing them to Willow. GB, sorry. Sailors.
Yeah?
You're passing them to Chibi?
Yeah.
As soon as you pass them to Chibi, and as soon as they enter your hands, the gemstones glow bright. Not like before where they glowed. They basically shine bright for a couple of seconds and then they fade in your presence.
I guess that means they're intended for me then.
Mm.
Or at least something. What can I do with them then? Try to attune to them? Or
Sure, if you want to.
how do I even do that?
It takes an hour.
I mean, I would say at this point you kind of. I'm obviously you're not like you can still. I would say this is all going on during the short rest because it's still like 40 minutes to an hour, so I could say you can attune. But yeah, you put them on, and you attempt to attune to them, and after the short rest, you're the only one who seems to be successful to attune to these items.
I guess I should add these to my inventory then.
Yes, you should. Let me get you the abilities.
What was it called? Does that also need to go on my... But that got... No, that's all attacks, isn't it? It just goes on my items.
Do your items for now. Just call them stone braces.
Is there still no way to delete stuff from my item name? Because since they're going with Chibi, I gotta take them out of mine, and I can't figure out how to delete them.
There should be a little padlock at the bottom.
Well, that's delete.
Well, and then you press the little red thing next to them.
Yeah, I think it unlocks things. Basically,
it's so you just don't it's just so you don't accidentally delete stuff.
I mean, that could easily be fixed with an undo button.
Yeah, but what if you accidentally delete something you don't realize, and then you can't really undo it because you don't know you did it.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess it's just a stale say thing.
Mindfuck. Anyway, so these braces give you a +1 attack roll for ranged weapons. So I will put that in for you. Also, once per day, you can gain advantage on 1 attack roll with a ranged weapon.
Awesome.
Once per day.
Okay, only once per day, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Where would I even?
Only works on
off,
bows. Huh? I guess.
Let you know when you can mark it off in your head.
Well, yeah. Let me do this for you.
You can't just have a resource.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. There you go.
Alright, yeah, and just turn that down to 0 when I've used it. Okay.
Obviously, the A in brackets just means you're attuned to it, because normally you can only be attuned to 3 magical items. So that's 1 out of your 3.
Right.
But there you go. You finally uncovered the mystery of these braces. Whatever some ancient force is with these braces, it seems to only go for 1 person. You're not sure what, though. You're not sure why. It's very strange to all of you, but
so basically we just gave them to the wrong person.
yeah, I guess.
Alright, shall we move on then? And also, we brought the kobold along as well.
You brought the kobold along as well. Okay.
Did anybody feed him if we were eating?
Yeah. I've got rations.
Okay.
Make sure
And
you.
also, I can spend some bear meat.
Well, I mean, if anyone wants it, it's just sitting in my inventory, so...
Oh, I thought we were using it.
Well, how much is everyone using? Because I need to mark that off.
I mean, if everyone's eaten, just mark the entire pound off.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It was literally just it was just a thing anyway, so
Yeah.
I should remove it.
Yeah, between like 4 of you, including if you're feeding the kobold, even with 4 of you, you know, I imagine you would eat the whole pound.
I
There we go
don't-
then.
Yeah, I could share most of my portion with the kobold, considering what I just witnessed with myself.
Sure.
I didn't have that much of an appetite, understandably.
Reason rush. I'm just gonna take 1 of mine off.
All right. So you guys finished your short rest. You've eaten. You've healed up. You have a key, and you have the door.
Mm-hmm. I intend to open it.
You put the key through the door. You turn it around. It clicks. You step back as you start to hear a slow rumble as the stone door lifts up. That's ridiculous. The stone door lifts up, and behind the door you see a large room. It's more even sized. Like the rooms before were like either long in width or long in height, or what? Not in height. You know what I mean? The flat version of that word. I'm dumb. But this one seems to be more even. Not rounded because it's square, but you know what I mean. It's more of an evenly square room. Are you guys going in?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys go in, and inside, you see a pedestal near the back, which seems to have a small red dragon on it. In front, you see you see two of what appear to be cultists conjuring up some dark portal. You see a few kobolds, and you also see a humanoid figure in the middle of the room. They see you. And the guy in the middle shouts out to the back, "Keep the portal going! We must get Ophim through!" And then he turns round and he speaks a language that none of you understand. And basically points, and the kobolds get ready. They pull out their weapons and draw their weapons. I need everybody to... 1 second. Click your damn tokens and wait while I clear it. Click your tokens and then roll for your initiative. That's not the right thing.
I didn't even know I could move myself.
Remember, you also have advantage. You have advantage, Willow.
God damn it! Why do I always?
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
There you go. What the hell? It was even worse.
Well, it's the best one, so don't worry.
Advantage gets a 16.
Hey, you can't always get good and better on advantage.
That is true.
That looks like a monkey.
That is racist. That is a human being.
It has a tail.
It still looks like a monkey.
It has a
It's
tail.
tiefling, isn't it?
Excuse me, sir. Might explain the dragon?
Dragon? What dragon? Oh, there's a dragon there!
It's probably a statue.
Wait, I just realized I'm missing a character sheet.
I didn't know kobolds had tails.
How do you know these are kobolds?
Because you just said that.
Oh yeah, good point.
And also we have been looking at one the entire time.
It's true. We've been carrying one. We've been dragging one along, so we'd recognise it at least.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I was scrubbing. I forgot to put a character sheet on. Give me 1 second. Bum 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 bum. Is that intense for you guys? Do you like that?
You know what? I'm so gonna find out what the song's actually called and use it in one of my Overwatch videos just for the hell of it.
It's called Volatile.
I'll just get you to give me the name at some point.
It's just called Volatile by Kevin MacLeod.
I take it it's free music as well.
Yeah, all Kevin MacLeod music is royalty free. All right. Starting from the top, Chibi.
I'm not telling you what I thought that it said under initiative. I'm sure you can already figure it out.
Wait, really?
Yes, I thought it said that. I can still hit things all the way over here.
What? Wait. I think I'm not seeing half the screen. Okay, that explains what the... Okay, that explains two of the icons I didn't see.
Oh, did you not see at the back?
Yeah, I didn't see the two things that are standing next to the portal.
Yeah, well, they actually look like they're conjuring the portal. There's dark energy coming from them, and they seem to be focused on the portal. Anyway, Chibi, it's your turn. Top of the round. What would you like to do?
I think I'm going to attack this guy.
Roll for your attack roll with advantage. And which ammunition are you using?
I'll just use normal arrows.
Okay. Yep. So roll for
Did you
advantage.
say the things gave me a +1 on my weapon? You already said you added it. I just can't remember.
I've already done it because before you had a +8 to hit, now you have a +9 to hit.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, that's...
Yeah, that definitely hits. Roll for some damage. 10. So, as they start bolstering and getting ready, you just pull back an arrow and instantly just take one out. It falls back on it. It falls back with the arrow stuck in its forehead, bleeding out on the floor. Dead.
Okay. I can't do anything on my bonus action now because I don't have any spells left.
Wah, wah, wah.
I'm gonna do a divinity. I'm gonna plant a bomb from nowhere.
Bombs don't exist.
Yeah, I know.
You still have movement if you like to move.
You move into the corner.
If you want.
But to be fair, if these things have the same weapon as me, it's not really gonna make a difference where I move to. Although I would like to move here so I can get away from the ones with melee weapons.
Sure. Was there anything else you'd like to do while you're done?
Eat more chicken.
I was in-game, but okay. That's fine.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Alright, ending your turn. Arcus, it is your turn. You see Willow take out one of the kobolds instantly. Who are you aiming at? Sorry, do you want to just point the arrow to the person of who you're aiming at? There's a little ruler. Wait. Okay, there's two oranges, so it's confusing. That one there, alright. Yes, that one does hit. Roll for your damage. Your damage. Again, you get out your longbow. You get ready. You pull back an arrow. Again, just the same as Willow. Just you plonk it straight in the forehead. This time, your arrow goes a little bit further, and it kind of sticks out the back as the kobold just falls face first on the floor, on the stone floor. You do have a bonus action if you do want to use a bonus action. Done with your turn? Alright. Taking out two kobolds, 2 turns. Good so far. Sonara, is your turn. You've seen your fellow archers take out 2 of the kobolds already. There's still a kobold which seems different to the kobolds. Other kobolds, it seems to be bigger and more heavily armored. There's still the 3 humanoid figures and the dragon as well. What would you like to do? By the way, just quickly, sorry, the dragon seems very docile and just doesn't care. It seems to be... How do I explain it? It just seems to be kind of out of it. Like it has nothing to do with anything, it's just there.
Okay, did I get any of my spell slots back from resting?
From bone...
Sorcerers do not.
No, they don't.
Do they get sorcerer points?
Do you have any sorcerer point? Wait, 1 second. Let me double check.
Same.
I know you get. I don't think you get spells back, but you might get sorcerer points back. I just need to double check real quick. Where are you? Front of magic. No, sorcery points come back on a long rest. But do you have any?
No.
Okay, so unfortunately you can't convert any. So do you have no spells at all?
I was gonna chuck a chromatic orb at that thing, but I can't. So, wait, anything that's in range? Should.
Chromatic orb is like 60 feet, right?
Oh, never mind. I can chuck a fireball at one of these guys.
A fireball? Yeah, sure. Remember. Ignore me. Yeah, okay. So you gotta throw a firebolt.
With advantage?
I mean, does it work then? I don't think. Oh no, you don't have tides. You don't have the tides on magic, do you? Because you already used it. Tides of chaos.
Yeah, but I thought you said we were moving with advantage.
No, that was the ranger.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's the ranger. Yeah, sorry, I was confused. No, it's just regular. But you can choose to firebolt.
Yeah, I'll check a firebolt at one of the guys by the portal.
Which one again? Sorry.
The one on the left.
The hooded ones, the ones that are on the portal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like what they're doing.
Yeah, sure. Roll for that. 11. I haven't wrote there. Unfortunately, you conjure up a fireball. You fling it across the room. As he's concentrating on the portal, he quickly sees the fireball, and dodges out the way, and it hits the back wall, and the flames spread, and then instantly fizzle out. You barely missed him.
Damn.
Sorry about that. You still have movement, and well, you have a bonus action. You can't really do anything as a bonus action. But
Yeah,
you still have movement if you want to move.
I'm fine right where I am.
Okay. So, ending your turn, it is the hooded humanoid figures in the middle turn. He looks around, he sees the two kobolds dead. He saw Sonara attempt to stop whatever these guys were doing. Says, kind of says out loud, oh, fuck it, do it myself. He turns round, he picks up the dragon, and he jumps into the portal with the dragon, and they both disappear. Next up is this heavily armored kobold, and he's gonna run up to Anders. And he is going...
I think I might have just twigged what that portal is, but I'm not saying anything.
Sorry, he's going to make two... He has a two-handed spear in his hand, and he's going to attempt to jab Sailors twice. It doesn't really matter, Anders, because they seemingly to be they are seeming to be skipping their turns.
Fair point.
Oh my god, I rolled terribly. He goes to attempt to jab you, and you just dodge out the way once. He pulls the spear back. He goes to do it again, but you dodge out the way, not hitting. That guy's dead. That guy's dead. It is now... Seeing he doesn't need to keep the portal up anymore, he's going to... They're actually going to stop concentrating on the portal. The portal spins around in its dark purplish energy, and then into a little ball, and poof, kind of disappears. It kind of turn around like this. I guess he's just gonna try and start making his way downtown.
Making my way downtown.
Yep. Alright, so that's the end of his turn. Sailor, it's your turn. You see this heavily armored kobold with a spear is in your face. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna slap him with my quarterstaff.
Alright, roll for an attack. That definitely hits. Roll for some damage. 10 points of bludgeoning, nice. Yep.
How quickly does he? How does he look?
He looks hurt by it, but he seems to be looking pretty strong.
Alright, I'm gonna spend a key point to do a flurry.
You do that flurry of blows.
That I do.
Nope. Yes. So, yep, so roll damage for 7 points. Not bad, not bad. So you swing around your staff, smack him in the side, pull him back your staff, you simultaneously go and kick him, but he dodges out the way. But using that momentum, you spin yourself around 360 and kick him with the other foot, managing to land that hit. He's dealing a little bit more damage. He looks a bit hurt, but he's definitely, he seems to be pretty healthy for now.
Alright, I'm gonna step over here and I'm gonna lean towards him and just go like this. Come on, then. Don't you want some revenge? Come and get me.
Alright. So that ending your turn, Chibi, is your turn. Remember, you don't have advantage anymore, but unless you use your special ability from the brace you just got. Just so that you know.
Shit, I should have moved one space further away.
Oh, so you're shooting your longbow? Who are you shooting at? That guy. Alright, so a 12 just hits. Roll for some damage. 12. Yeah, no. So as he starts rushing into battle, trying to get some revenge, you just pull on an arrow, you kind of bend down a bit and try to close one eye and get a good shot. It flies through the air and in his eye starts bleeding, and it's big, and you actually see the arrowhead come out the back of his head as he just falls on his face, dead. Anything else you would like to do? No? Are you here?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. I somehow turned myself off.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realise.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn as you one-shot that guy?
No. Although I did get Jeopardy music in my head thanks to the chat when you were explaining what my arrow was doing. It was lovely.
Okay, I don't know what it is, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed whatever that was. Ending your turn then, Arcus, it is your turn. There is still a heavily armored kobold and one of the quote-unquote cultists left. Okay, it will take an... Okay, so it takes an action to dash, and it takes an action to swap weapons. I mean, you can get to him without dashing, but swapping your weapons will take an action, unfortunately. I mean, unless you want to use your action surge to do it. You can use your action surge to swap weapons, run up to him. Okay, just going to shoot from there, alright. Yeah, but definitely hits. Roll for some damage. 5 points of damage. So, after him being distracted with sailors, you kind of pull back your lump and you notch an arrow and you manage to find a chink in his armor. Screams out in a bit of pain as the arrow kind of sticks to his side. Pulls it out, throws it on the floor, looking pretty angry. Is that the end of your turn? Or would you like to do something else? Move there. Oops. Yep, anything else, sorry? Or is that it? Okay. Sonara, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I heard a phone.
Sorry, that was my brain. What would you like to do, sorry?
If I had sorcerer points, I'd be using Thunderwave right now, since everybody's out of range except for this guy. Oh well, I'll use what's the ability? Toss on him.
Ready for us? Yeah, but definitely hits. Let's roll for damage.
I don't think I've ever seen you use that before.
Nice, 7 points of
Frost?
cold damage.
Yeah.
And he is also slowed for one turn by 10 feet.
Sweet. Then I'm just gonna move 10 feet. So he can move 20, I can go... I can't move out of range of him, can I?
You don't know.
I'm moving over there.
Alright. Boop. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Alright, ending your turn. It's now his go.
Arcus is the closest one.
Kind of really feeling annoyed. He's going to just try and get as close as possible. And he's going to hold his action. Next up is this Cultist's turn. He is going to walk up a bit. And he's going to... What's he going to do? He's going to fire at the person who one-shot his friend.
Oh boy.
Not with an 8, he doesn't. He pulls back an arrow. Kind of goes to fire at you, but you just dodge out the way in time. The arrow splinters beside you on the wall and just breaks.
Great time for the music to stop playing for a second.
Yep, so end of that turn. Assailus, it's your turn.
I so just want to charge him and then drop kick him in the back and try to kill him by that way, but I'm pretty sure the others have him handled, so with my gotta go fast abilities, I will move right here. I still have 5 feet of movement.
Alright, so you rush up into his face.
I'm gonna slam him with my quarterstaff.
Yeah, roll for an attack roll.
Let's see. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh no!
Yeah, no. So you go up and go and hit him, but he just dodges in so quickly you just don't expect it, and you just completely whiff him.
Alright, I'm gonna save the key point for what I assume will come next, potentially. And I'm just gonna try and turn that miss into a reverse heel kick. That's better.
Yeah, that definitely hits, so roll for damage. Is this just your 1 bonus?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Just heel kick him straight in the gut after I missed.
Yeah. So, after missing the attack, you do spin round and heel kick him, dealing 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Him right in the side, he does wince out in pain. Anything else you'd like to do?
Well, I could move 5 feet away, but he seems to be a ranged type, so this will be more opportunist.
Yeah.
I will remain here.
Okay, dokily. Back to the top of the round. Chibi, it is your turn.
I'm just gonna fire at this prick.
Yep. Roll for an attack. Definitely hits. Yep. Roll for some damage. 6. Using Sailors as a distraction, you notch an arrow, hit for the same target. Whilst he's trying to dodge Sailors' attacks and seems to be confused, you manage to team up against him, and the arrow goes straight to where his heart is. And he grabs the arrow, starts bleeding out, and his face looks up at you, Sailors. You see his face. It just goes blank and he falls back. Anything else you'd like to do, Chibi, on your turn?
Nope, I'm good.
Alright. Arcus, it is your turn. What would you like to do? I mean, they are cultists. They got robes and shit, dude.
They're dirty, filthy traitors to humanity.
But anyway, what would you like to do? I mean, you...
That's an improvised weapon.
Yeah, I would say you could, but it'll be an improvised weapon, so you get no bonuses, and you'd do like 1 damage. And you'd possibly have a chance of breaking your bow, as it's not really meant for melee.
And you are at a range where you can just shoot him, execute him.
No? Fine.
No, it's only if he's right within 5 feet of you, like right over here.
Yep, that hits. Roll for some damage. 6 points of piercing damage. Nice. As you knock back another arrow, you start firing at the same chink in armor. Now you know where it is and dealing some heavy damage. He's starting to look pretty rough. He doesn't look good. Is there anything else you like?
I can still reach him.
Anything you like to do? Anything else you like to do, or is that it? Yes. To change weapon, it does. Yeah. Okay. Sonara, it is your turn. You just see the last bit of the enemy, which is the heavily armored kobold. What would you like to do?
How close is it? Range of this is... Ray of Frost again!
Alright, roll for your attack. No. You actually... You pull back your hand and you arc out a ray of ice water. Unfortunately, though, he just dodges out of the way and it does not hit. Unfortunately.
Damn.
Anything else you'd like to do?
He's going after one of us, so I'm getting behind the other person.
All right. It is now its turn. It's gonna run up and try to attempt to stab at Arcus. There is a 14 and a 17. Do any of those hit against your armor class? Okay, so one of them hits. Dealing 6 points of piercing damage to you as he jabs a big two-handed spear in you. Okay, so that'll be the end of its turn. That guy is dead. Sailors, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I just gotta say, I love being mobile and a monk. I run up to him.
Alright.
And instead of using my quarterstaff, I'm going to drop kick him with all my momentum.
Okay. So you run up, and as you're running, you gain a lot of speed, and as you're about to get to him, you jump up and attempt to drop kick him.
I didn't roll. Never mind.
It just seems it is just way too fast for you, and you don't expect him to be as small as he is, and as you jump up, you just way too high for him, and you just literally went over his head, and you land not managing.
Doesn't he not wait for that? Doesn't he not only do damage to himself, but he's also on the ground? But he's also on his back.
Well,
it doesn't really, not really. It doesn't really work like that.
Aww.
and also I can use my bonus attack to just do the spin flip off the ground to try and damage him that way. And get
Sure.
him at the same time.
So
There we go.
that does hit because you feel like you're now lower to the ground, so you're actually able to hit. You spin around and you hit him in the back, dealing 6 points of damage. He's looking pretty rough.
Oh my god.
Is that in your turn?
Well, yeah. For once, I'm out of movement.
Alright. Chibi, it's your turn. Oh, what would you like to do?
Well, since he's almost dead, I'm not going to waste anything, so I'm just gonna fire at him.
That definitely hits. Roll for some damage. And with one last final breath and one last final attack, you draw your back arrow, and as he's facing away from you, you see his neck is exposed. As the arrow flies through the air, hits in the back, Arcus, you see the front of the arrow stick through his neck, and you can see at the point as he's bleeding and screeching out in pain. He then finally drops to the floor, and he starts to bleed out across the stone floor. And that is the end of the combat.
Just push him slightly.
Sure. As he was dying, you pushed him on his back. And the arrow
goes even further through.
The arrow goes even further in his neck, pretty much, yeah. So what do you guys have to do?
Search for arrows, as always.
Sure.
I'm going to inspect the area where that freaking portal was.
Alright.
Same.
Okay. I'm assuming you're also looking for arrow. I'm assuming you're also looking for arrows, Arcus. Okay then, everyone roll investigation then. How many rounds was that? I didn't actually pay attention.
Oh, what is with my rolls today? I rolled like 5 natural 20s last time.
Willow, how many arrows did you fire?
I was on 18, I think. I only fired 4.
Yeah, you get about 3 back. You manage to find 3 unbroken arrows. Arcus, you don't find as many, unfortunately. You find a few that are splintered off, or as you pull them out, they kind of break. But you do get 2. you do get 2 arrows back.
None of my arrows missed at all, actually. They're all hit the mark.
Well, I mean, even if they hit, you know, depending on whether they hit the body, it could break inside the body. Yeah.
I'm just happy that I didn't miss.
Yeah.
To be fair, you've got a really high modifier because of various reasons.
Yeah, fighting style plus braces plus dexterity. Salus and Sonara, you kind of look around where the portal is. You don't really find anything interesting. You feel like this was manifested because
I use
of...
Arcana, not investigation.
That's still fine. You look around and you feel like whatever the portal was manifested by the cultists, and there is no special thing that they use. They just basically use their magic. But Sonara, you definitely feel the source of the unbalance of energy has definitely gone. You no longer feel the unbalance of energy, and you definitely felt it from the portal. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have a little look at these cultists to try and identify what sect, well, I mean, what they worship or whatever.
Sure, roll an investigation.
Oh my fucking god.
Have a look through. You just feel like they're just wearing simple cloaks. There's no sigil. There's no like emblem of what they may worship. You're not really sure, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that also goes into what I can try and scavenge from them, so yes.
Honestly, I'm trying to find out something about them. I'm just going to investigate them to see if there's, that's desperate to find out something about their backstory.
Okay, just roll an investigation then. Well, as you try to investigate these things. You also you're looking for loot. Sorry, Sonara, what did you roll investigation for?
To look through the guy right here. I was planning on looking for anything that I could take back to people who gave us this mission, but seeing as how what happened with Salus, I'm just gonna look for what I can find.
You look through. You don't seem to find. They didn't really have anything on them. They literally just had their robes. He does have a longbow on him. You can take that if you want, and 3 arrows.
I'm tossing the arrows bad.
Sorry.
I mean, not it. Purpose, I think that is. Well, yeah, that is that.
Sorry.
I'm getting Arcus the arrows.
Okay, so you give Arcus the arrows. Arcus, you get an extra 3 arrows. They're just regular arrows. But yeah, that's all you could find from him. It just seemed to be the weapon, the arrows, and the clothes they're wearing. Just ordinary clothes.
All right.
Anything else you guys like to do?
I'm gonna pull my high quality stick and poke this guy.
Okay, so you just start poking him.
Yep.
You definitely, yep, you poke him a lot. You poke him. You definitely poke. Definitely poked. He is definitely poked out.
One thing.
August, you have a look around. You'll have a look around on them. They don't seem to be familiar in any way. You know, you don't recognize them.
Who was it who got that good quality stick?
That would be
It's the one
Sonara.
currently poking him.
Yeah.
You're finally using it.
He's been
I
using
know.
it quite a lot, actually.
Sure.
Sure.
What armor is he wearing?
Uh,
Oh wait, it wouldn't matter. My intentions are something that cannot fit this armor.
he's just wearing leathers.
I just looked at metal there.
It's just the token.
Yeah. Never mind then. And I don't suppose I can have a look-see on this one?
You can do. Roll an investigation.
Come on, baby, please don't abandon me.
1.
Other than his spear, you don't seem to find anything else interesting on him.
I can use... Wait. Spear. Can I use that? What is that too? Spear. I'm just gonna have a quick look at
So,
to see if
whilst you investigate that, I'm just gonna have a quick toilet break. So,
Oh, I can use a spear.
I'll be back in a couple minutes.
I'll be taking this spear.
Well, I was about to discuss something with Chibi.
Oh. Okay.
We're gonna have to turn that kobold over to the people who gave us this mission, guys. He is our only witness.
That he is. And
That
aren't
is
you glad I did
true.
not kill them?
I would have preferred you not killing the guy with the armor.
To be fair, he was trying to kill everyone.
And to be fair, I
Yes.
wasn't the one that killed him.
Well, I was talking about Chibi.
I mean, if you want, you can lug the dead body.
Oh, I really wish I had reanimate corpse right now.
Just, there we go.
Now talk.
What would a zombie kobold would even sound like? I'm assuming they wouldn't make the same noise.
They can't, they can't talk, they can just understand. And also it'd probably be like...
So, kind of like a fucking feral dog.
A bunch of
Kinda.
gurgles and clicking.
Yep, it has to be a bit lizard, so... Something you can do that. I'm gonna stop now.
A little out of character. Next level, if I can get more than one spell, I'd probably going off of what changing what I was gonna get. I could get spider climb and a web to turn into a spider.
At ninth level, I get something similar to it.
All right, I'm back. So did anyone else want to do anything before we exit this room?
Doesn't seem to be anything really to do.
Not quite. Damn it, I already did that. I can't do it. I just want to have a look around this to see if there's any script on it, but I didn't roll a shitty investigation, so I can't.
I mean, you look around. I mean, you don't really see any text, or it just seems to be a random pedestal. Mainly, the purpose was mainly just to
Accommodate the little dragon.
accommodate the little dragon. Yeah, exactly.
I also love how there's literally no entrance to this room.
No, yeah. I mean, there is, but it's just
Yeah, no.
the door you came through. It's just, yeah. I couldn't be asked to put doors on, honestly.
Also, I love the fact that from this corner, let's see, how far can I get? Let's see. From this corner, I can get pretty much half the room.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta go fast.
Alright. So, what would you guys like to do?
Well, I'd say this is a job well done. We can potentially return now.
Yeah, we can.
We must also warn them about the portal, of course, and have a little witness there potentially testify.
Assuming they have anyone that can even communicate with them.
Well, from what I know, some basic things about them, they do have a language that is shared among various things. I believe it's called Draconic. But I myself did not study that language, as I perused more common languages, even though I do have two that are kind of unorthodox. But we may continue, shall we? Also, Grant, I was taking that spare.
Okay, that's fine. Just add it to your inventory.
Ah, well.
So, you guys just heading out?
I don't see any other reason to be around.
Alright then. Okay. So you guys head out the same way you came. You look around, you know, you've either been in the rooms or the rooms are caved in. You exit through the little cafeteria place and you're back into the marsh. It takes you like an hour and hour-ish and a half. So you make it back to Daggerford. Do you still have the? Have you still got the kobold with you?
Yep. He's the main witness. Well, one of the witnesses.
Okay. So as you start walking through Daggerford, a lot of people start staring, and there is a few squeals of women as they see you carrying this strange lizard-like creature through the town. You're getting a lot of angry and scared and worried looks. You kind of feel like no one really understands what is happening right now, and that they are kind of scared. People are getting out of your way and just they are moving as far as they can away from you guys. Where are you guys heading?
I'm guessing we just head for the inn because we have no real way of contacting the Harpers. They said they'd get in touch with us.
Alright, so you guys head back to the inn. You sit down with the inn. At the inn, you find a table. The innkeeper actually comes up to you and goes, What's going on? You can't have that in here.
We have no real place to go, and this is the best place for the Harpers to be in contact with us.
I don't care. I don't want that beast in my tavern. You gotta scare away my customers.
It's practically harmless at the moment.
I do not care.
If it causes
Get it
any
out.
issue, we can kill it.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, not everybody, but sure. Yeah, so... Okay, it goes... Fine. But if it's causing any trouble, I'll get the guard after you. And he goes on back to the bar and carries on with his bar duties. So as you sit down, who kept hold of the contract?
That would be me.
It's me at this point. Never mind.
Alright. So now you actually notice in your pocket that there is a strange blue glow.
Okay, then whatever's in that pocket, I take it out.
Yep, so you let out you lift out the contract, the little scroll, and you place it on. You open it and you place it on the table. Strange blue energy kind of emits from it, and from it, a big pouch materializes. It appears on the table. You pick it up, and you realize this is the 1,000 gold that you were entitled to. Also, 4 more items kind of materialize. In front of Chibi, there is a vial. Sorry, there is a vial of liquid. Inside it seems to be like a muddy liquid. And when the more you stare at it, you see little bits of things inside the muddy liquid. You occasionally see like a fish scale, a bird tongue. You see a cat claw, and then occasionally you see squirrel hair. Yeah, in front of Arcus, and also a little vial appears. It looks like a potion of healing. But on the vial, it's a red liquid. But on the vial, it says on the vial there's some text that says danger. In front of, give me a second. In front of Sonara, a ring appears. It's a nice looking ring. It's silver and it has blue gems on it, but like icy blue gems. And then finally, in front of Salus, give me a second, I can't find the page. A cloak appears.
Cloak of invisibility.
That's a legendary item. No, fuck off. Yep. So you have a nice looking cloak. It looks very elvish in design, and yeah, and that appears in front of you as well. So basically, as you guys look at the items, wondering what they are, as you pick them up to look at them, a small flash appears, and you all instantly understand what they are, as some kind of force has basically implanted the knowledge of these items for you. So, Salus, you have a cloak of elven kind. Basically, while you wear this cloak with its hood up, with perception checks made to see, perception checks made to see, you have disadvantage, but you have advantage on stealth checks made to hide, as the cloak's color shifts to camouflage you. Pulling the hood up or down does require an action. So basically, when the hood's up, you have disadvantage on perception checks, but you get advantage on stealth checks.
I think you're reading that wrong. It's people have disadvantage on noticing me.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Yeah, so when the hood's up, you have advantage on stealth checks, and people have disadvantage on perception checks to spot you. It's worded kind of weirdly, honestly.
It's really it's just about reading it.
I mean, it's worded weirdly, but alright, whatever. Chibi, you know this is your vial is a potion of animal friendship. You know when you drink this potion, you can cast the animal friendship spell for 1 hour at will.
Alright. I need to add that to my inventory.
Arcus, you have not a potion of healing, but it's a potion of poison. This concoction looks, smells, and tastes like a potion of healing. However, it's actually poison masked by illusion magic. If somebody drinks it, they will take 3d6 poison damage, and they must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be poisoned. So there's that. I will write all these things down in your character sheets if you need to, if I need to. And then finally, Sonara, your ring is a ring of warmth. While wearing this ring, it does require attunement, but while wearing this ring, you have resistance to cold damage, so you take half to cold damage. In addition, you and everything you wear and carry are unharmed by temperatures as low as minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
So wait, what do I require to wear it?
Attunement, so you just basically attune to it. You have 3 attunement slots normally, so it just requires attunement, which is fine for you because you don't have any magical items at the minute. So
Wait, I'm just gonna attune to that thing.
yep. As well, in everybody's hand, you see another small glow, and as you open it in the palm of your hand, you see a pin. It's a crescent moon, and in the middle of the crescent is a harp, and this is you know this symbol to be the symbol of the harpers, the emblem, and you basically have a pin of it. And if everybody somewhere on your sheet, like in your bio or something, under allies and organizations, if you just want to write the Harpers renown and then 1, so you all have 1 renown with the Harpers, which basically means you are all under the title of you're technically under the title of Watcher. So you're all like,
Where do I put this?
just somewhere in your bio.
Allies and organizations.
Yeah, just do it in allies and organizations. But you all have 1 renown with them because you've done a mission for them, and basically you all have a simple title of Watcher, which is technically your rank within the Harpers. So people in the Harpers will see you as basically like recruits kind of thing, and that you have helped them. And then finally, one final flash comes from the contract, and the gentleman that Sonara spoke to materializes beside the table. Still wearing his hood, he's got his hands between the sleeves, and he says, "I assume it was successful."
Indeed,
Somewhat.
to some degree.
Somewhat.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Someone got away after. Well, someone jumped through a portal after picking up a statue of a dragon.
Whoa, a portal?
It wasn't a statue, it was an actual dragon.
But that thing was alive?
Yup.
Oh,
Well,
so that explains the unbalance of magic. Someone jumped through the what did the portal look like? Who are these people?
It was big and purple, up around 10 feet in diameters, and also before he left the fight, he said, "Fuck this, I'll do it myself," which gives me a bad feeling. And also, if you look to over here, we do have one of the servants. How much he knows, we do not know.
he turns around and noticing the kobold, he kind of jumps a bit. Oh, okay. Well then.
I assume you know a couple people that speak Draconic, because he does not seem to cooperate.
He walks up. He pulls off the mouthpiece. You see his eyes flare. Well, Arcus, Sonara has the bag of 1,000 gold, but he hasn't done anything with it yet. So he still has it, technically. Anyway, so he pulls off the mouthpiece of the kobold. The kobold kind of starts like making noises. The barkeep kind of looks over curiously to make sure you're not doing anything weird in his tavern. But the representative of the Harpers, his eyes kind of flare with some magical energy, and as he stares into the kobold's eyes also do the same. And he seems to be stops making noise, and he seems to be in some sort of trance. And after a few minutes, it stops, and the kobold kind of closes its eyes and kind of drops its head. Yeah, it knows nothing. It's pretty much useless. It was just guarding the treasury or something like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't know anything. Stupid creatures. Probably couldn't even remember what it had for dinner yesterday. Well, is there any more information you can give me about this strange portal and what happened? Or...
Well, we did find a couple trinkets, but as I said, it's mere trinkets. It's a lot of gems. And also I found this vial over here, and I pulled out the vial of brown, silver, and grey layers.
Ah, I mean, he takes it from you and he goes, "Ah, well, this is just your standard potion of climbing," and he hands it back to you.
Climbing from rainbows. Noted.
I didn't say rainbows.
Oh well. Okay, fair enough.
Is there anything involving a sealed type of dragon or something around here?
Not that I know of. I mean, this is the first time I've heard of it. That's very strange. I can't... You're telling me he jumped through the portal with the dragon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As I said, it was a tiny one.
It was just...
He did it as soon as I tried to disrupt them holding the portal open.
That is very strange. And for a small portal to imbalance magic like that, it can't be good news. Well, I must go report this back, but thank you all so much.
Our pleasure.
I hope you enjoy your rewards and your magical items, but again, I must go. Good day.
Good day.
And as he says that, he dematerializes into little, like, kind of like magical blue dust, and he just fades away. The contract then deglows, so it's just now paper with no writing on it. Yeah. So that's the end of that. Are you guys sharing the gold tomorrow? Oh, you said in the chat. All right.
Yeah, split it between everybody, 250 each.
Okay, so everybody grab 250. Are you...
Technically, I get only 225 because I give 25 to Arcus to pay off my debt of those night vision goggles.
Okay, so I'm assuming you've already done that. So okay.
Yeah, I wrote it down there in chat. So he got 275.
All right. So what are you guys doing then? What are you guys doing? You still have a seemingly asleep or unconscious kobold, and a barkeep that's keeping a very close eye on you guys.
I'm just gonna. Are the rooms? Do we still have rooms that are paid for?
I mean, you're currently in Daggerford, not Waterdeep,
Oh,
because you haven't travelled back yet.
so what? Do we guys want to head back to Waterdeep?
We do need to think of something to do with a little friend over here.
Could just let him go.
Yeah, I was thinking about the option. He doesn't really have anybody to go to, considering, and there's not much he can report to.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can just take him a bit, knock him out a bit, and take him out to the forest somewhere, put him maybe somewhere relatively safe, and then just waltz away. I can probably do it, considering I got my little thing over here now. I can hide even better.
Okay. That sounds like an idea.
And I'm also one of the stronger ones here when it comes to physical strength.
So you're taking him out to the forest, nearby forest.
He's still asleep right now, so
Yep.
I'm just gonna ninja run.
So you take him out to nearby woods or some forest. If you give me a second, which will be, if my map would like to work for me, please. Yep, so you go to the nearest bit of woods. It doesn't really have a name, it's just a small woods. And you just dump him there, he's still unconscious.
I'm taking my grappling hook back, finally.
So you finally untie him, you take back your rope and grappling hook. And you're just gonna go? You're just gonna leave?
I'm just gonna look around, make sure there's nothing that's gonna get him, and then I'm just gonna slightly prod him, trying to make him start awake, and then I'm just gonna bolt it.
Alright, so
Like
start
as big
poking
as
him.
I am.
Yeah, you start poking him, prodding him, and he seems to shift around and start moving. As soon as that happens, you dart off, and eventually you meet back up with your companions.
100 feet of dash movement. Get there pretty quickly.
Yeah, you do. You know, they're all possibly enjoying a drink at the in the tavern they was in, just waiting for you to return. You get back to them, and what do you guys like to do from here?
I'd like to get a drink, a little bit of water first, considering how much physical activity I've been doing lately.
Sure, the barkeep begrudgingly gives you water. He seems to be a little bit happier now you got rid of the kobold. Is anyone else grabbing a drink before they go?
How much for the water, or should I just say it's free?
Yeah.
It's free.
He's basically just he basically tells you that he has to give it away for free, otherwise he'd get in trouble. As it's basically just water.
Yeah, I'll take something to drink and eat.
Yeah, I need as well. Yeah. So let me just get up a menu.
I'm just gonna say I have a lot of stuff on me right now.
Can't seem to find the menu. Give me 1 second, sorry.
I've got myself a spear now, so I've got that around my back. I've got this cloak, and somewhere I have to hide this big old duster coat. And also all those gems. And all of the other things in my inventory.
1 second, I can't
Oh
find.
yeah, I forgot I got magic missile spell scroll. Huh. I completely forgot about that.
Alright, 1 second, sorry. Here we go, let me just copy and paste this. So, as it's not a glamorous tavern inn, this is the current menu. If anyone would like to have any of that, just type 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, I guess. Or if anyone would like any of that. Of course, free.
Well, I mean, I just had cooked fucking bear, so I'm good.
I mean, it's been a couple of hours since then. I mean,
How often do you think she eats? She's light as fuck, remember?
True, but like you shared that pound of bear with like between five entities, so and especially with all the fighting and the traveling and the walking, you're probably decently hungry right now.
I don't trust food from any tavern, though.
You don't have to eat if you don't want to. You don't have to eat if you don't want to.
And to be fair, there's a lot of other people he's serving at the moment, and they're not getting poisoned.
I mean, if this makes you guys feel better, you kind of feel like this is an established place in the middle of a town. And you look around, you actually see actual patrons in the inn, and they seem to be eating and drinking fine. They're alive for a start, and they think they need.
Not to mention, he also threatened to call the guards on us for the kobold. I think if this was a trap, they wanted to attack us for anything, they wouldn't worry about the kobold.
I'll take a number 2 then, I guess.
Alright.
Extra dip.
So, whatever you guys want, just take that from your money. If you don't have any copper, it's just a gold piece. It's just a gold piece, and the change will be 100 minus whatever. Oh, you guys having no drinks? Did you want to swap those drinks for anything else, or are you just having food?
No problem. I'll just type out what I'm doing.
Alright.
I'm taking mead, damn it. I need a drink.
Alright. Hot tea? Okay.
I'm taking some biscuits, and also, I could probably enjoy some fine blue cheese.
I should probably type what number I want, because I didn't say.
You said 2, yeah, no worries. So as you guys order, and you guys... Okay. So, you guys order, and pay. You guys sit down after having time to take a nice little breather from all the craziness of what's just happened. So you pay 5 gold, and you tell the owner that you're just gonna keep the change for any trouble. He appreciates the offer, and he does take it. He does seem quite happy. So right then, in that case, are you swapping out the drink, Anders, or you just not having no drink?
Well, I did say I did have some water.
Right, but I mean, water's free. Because this is like.
I don't care for drinks at this point.
Right. Okay. It's just so I can knock down the price. Because it'd be cheaper without the drink. But okay, so you've already paid Marcus, so that's 5 gold for you. Arcus, you 4. So yeah, so just 2 copper pieces for you. Do you have copper? Okay, that's fine. So they come along with your food. Sailors, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just taking a Perry. I would say 4 copper pieces instead of 8.
But I took buckwheat and oh wait, I did the wrong order, did I? Oh shit, yeah, I counted wrong. I was doing the.
Oh, did you want the buckwheat?
Biscuits.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then 1 copper piece.
Yeah.
And then Willow, it's
I've already taken it out of mine.
yeah, 8 copper pieces for you. So you guys sit down, relax. You have some drinks or no drinks, or some tea in this case.
I had mead, thank you very much.
Or mead. I did say drinks. They come over and you get your food. You start digging into your food. It's not poisoned. It's not bad for a quite a. It's not too shabby for not a high maintenance inn. You know, it's cheap but it's cheerful. You know, it's not too bad. I mean, I guess anything kind of tastes good after having to be on rations and stuff, and having a nice cooked meal for you after the previous adventure you just had and the stress of that. You guys finish up. You finish up your drinks. You got a nice full belly. Where would you guys like to go from here?
Well, my compliments to the cook. And
Okay.
shall we get going, my friends?
Yeah, I'm ready to head on.
Is the carriage waiting for us to take us back, or are we gonna have to walk?
You head out, and you see the carriage still waiting for you. And as you've only been not even gone for a day, so.
Efficiency.
Pretty much. Because obviously you paid before. They assure you it was the you don't have to pay going back. Actually, I think it was paid for you anyway, so I don't know what I'm saying.
The guild, whatever they are, pay for it anyway.
I forget things. Okay, so you guys get in the carriage. You I forgot how long it takes you. Did I write it down?
Was it a few hours or something?
I think it's like 7
I'm pretty sure
hours.
it's like a few hours.
Yeah, it's about 7 hours. You guys spend 7 hours in the carriage with full bellies and some.
During that time, I like to attune to the ring of warmth.
Sure.
Same.
So you do that. 1 second.
I'm getting my cloak on.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me just. Okay, I just gotta write just so I can look what items you'll have attuned. Let me just do this in your character sheet quickly. This is mainly just for my reference and kind of yours, so you know what items. So obviously it has no resource. I just realised I put it on the wrong person's fucking character sheet. Good job, Grant. Idiot. Right, Marcus's character sheet. Thank you very much. Ring of Warmth. Tuned. Obviously it has no resource, that's why it's 0000, but it's just to show that it's attuned. And also the cloak. Wait, let me have a look. I can't remember if the cloak is an attunement.
It is attunement.
Cool. And again, just so I know.
Don't worry, I'm going to remind you.
I know,
A
but
lot.
if I just do this, then it's simple for everyone. Boom. There we go. So you two spend that time attuning to those items, so you have those effects. I will write down what they do for next time for you. I'll write down in your treasure for you. The full effects.
You don't need to put it on mine. I remember this.
It's if it's not for you, it's for me. Just so I know.
Fair point.
It's just easy because then I can just glance at it and be like, okay, he's got this and this. So, 7 hours go by. You finally end up back in Waterdeep. You guys head back to the inn you guys stay at.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Did I ever say what that was?
I think
What
that
was?
is the name.
The inn. I don't remember what I called the inn.
I think you did, we just forget.
Was it the Cross
It was
Swords?
something odd.
It
I
might.
think it was something more odd.
Huh. Oh well, I'll make it up for next time. But yeah. So you guys head up to the Inn. The barkeep there, the guys that you know a little bit more, gives you a friendly reminder that you will need to pay for your rooms again. Because technically, well, yeah. So let me just get that pricing up for you.
Oh, here it is. Lifestyle, wretched, squalid, 1 a silver piece, poor, 2 silver pieces, modest, 1 GP, comfortable, 2 GP, wealthy, 4 GP, and aristocratic, 10 GP. I doubt we can get the aristocratic one. So it's probably wealthy or...
Speak for yourself. I have almost 600 gold.
No, I'm talking about the place we're staying at. I doubt we can have aristocrat things in a fucking inn.
I'd still be able to pay for it easily.
We can pay for it, but in an inn, I doubt they have the means to give that service.
Never know, it could be a fucking weird inn.
Why can't I fucking find it though?
Okay, fair enough. Jeff lives there, so it's probably weird. I'm probably just gonna take wealthy because
The
he's
MacGuffin
too
inn.
wealthy.
Oh, here we go.
Why?
Alright, so yeah, so basically, you can pay in bulk if you wish, so you can pay ahead. So, like, for example, you could pay for like a week, or 8 days, or 20 days, whatever you want. It is 5 silver pieces per day. So for 2 days, it's a gold piece, if that makes sense. That's equivalent. So 1 day is 5 silver pieces, but 2 days is like 1 gold piece. So, how many days would you guys like to pay for your rooms?
Well, in terms of D&D, they have a different calendar, and there are 10 days in a week.
No, I'm just doing simple 7 days a week, 30 days a month, 12 months, because otherwise this goes really weird. I really can't be honest.
This is a central hub, right?
Effectively, it's just I mean, it's just an inn in a place that you're in. It's an inn which is in a big city, so I guess if you want to class it as your central hub, I guess you can. But
I'm just gonna go ahead and give him 3 gold for
6 days. All right.
Yep.
Fair enough. Let me just write that down somewhere. Where are all my notepads? All my notepads have disappeared.
Obviously, we don't know this, but it's a potential thing.
Potentially.
If I remember rightly, Grant did say it was the central hub of this particular place. So, I mean, if it's the biggest city around,
Well, yes, that's
It
it
is a-
makes sense to return to it a lot.
It's a pretty big
and we're low
city.
level, so it makes sense.
Well, I mean, I could probably help your guys' decisions by letting you know that I'm going to be giving you guys 5 days downtime.
Oh shit!
So that might help your decision to how many days you want to purchase.
How much is a week?
A week would technically be 3 gold pieces and 5 silver pieces.
I'll pay for that then.
Alright.
Yeah, same.
Okay, I'll do the silver pieces as well then.
Uh-huh.
How many silver pieces was it?
5.
God damn it! I hate. Why can't everything be nice and rounded on my sheet? It's really fucking weird right now.
I know it's annoying, but you just have to accept it. And technically,
Yeah, I got it. It's
can
simple
convert.
maths, at least.
You give 4 gold pieces. Alright, well, technically you get 8 days then.
I got so much, like, copper and silver just hanging out in my fucking inventory. I might as well use them.
same.
So,
Because of all those gems we sold.
Willow, Anders, Marcus, all paid for 7 days. Ooh, Ed paid for 8 days. And Mogul isn't here, so we don't know. Cool. So you
Yeah,
guys.
I'm sure he will.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I just don't know how many days he wants to pay for. But I will let him know. Hopefully, he can make next session. But yep, so you guys have your rooms again for an extra week or an extra 8 days for Arcus. Is anything you guys want to do immediately now?
Unless I get to get a look-see around the magic shop.
You want to go to a magic shop?
Yeah, just have a look-see at what fun stuff it's got.
Okay, so you head over to the known magic shop that you
that I've been visiting for a while now.
Yep. So Ninli's Sorcerers and Elixirs. You open the door. Ding ding ding. You walk into the 3-story tower of polished marble, and elf-wrought wooden shelves.
It was Ninli's store of
Sorcerers, oils, and elixirs. And you see at the counter, you see the old female dragonborn, which you recognize as Ninli. She sees you, as you've been in here before, has a smile. Ah, hello, beloved customer. What can I get for you today?
Oh, my dear, I was just wondering, do you have anything that could be around? Well, honestly, I just want to look at what's at sale. Well, anything new or exciting. I'm just perusing for the time being, but I might make a purchase.
I mean, I have a few potions in, a few more potions. I have a few more healing potions, and I have I have animal friendship potions, potions of fire breath, potions of growth, and today I just got in a potion of resistance. If you're interested in any of those.
Ooh, that does sound interesting. And I have been in the line of fire a couple of times, but I don't particularly. I think investment in healing potions is a more proper endeavor.
How many healing potions would you like?
My memory's a bit rustled, and how much they cost now again?
50 gold pieces per.
I assume this is just standard forms?
Yeah, it's just standard.
I'd say let's make it 2, shall we?
Okay, dear. She goes under the counter and she picks up a small chest, opens it up, pulls a cloth and picks out 2 vials, red vials, and puts them on the counter. That'll be 100 gold, please, dear.
I hand them over, and also better have a look-see at this little cloak I've got now.
Cloak? You want? Wait, you look at.
I'm just showing it off. And I'm also gonna say it's a cloak of elven kind.
Oh wow! She's got little glasses, like little small glasses on that rest on her snout. She kind of wiggles them around. Oh, this is a very rare cloak indeed. You're very lucky to have that. I've only seen a few in my time. Can never get my hands on one though.
I do indeed feel lucky, and I'm just gonna flash the Harper's pin a little bit.
Nah, now that explains it. Well, I guess do good things for them and you get good things in return, I guess.
Indeed.
Well. Sorry?
Nothing, that was just an accidental noise.
Okay. Anyway, is there anything else I could acquire for you today, dear?
Any books store, is that a bit far-fetched? It's a matter of concerning the job I did, well, with help for the Harpers.
Any books? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, it's on a matter of portals.
I don't do any books, unfortunately. I do scrolls, but if you're looking for any information, you should visit the library. It's only a couple of streets down. I don't sell any books, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
I know. It's just I was just hoping it was near because I've been jogging a lot. My knees are kind of starting to hurt.
Just kind of gives a little giggle and goes, well, no pain, no gain.
I know that feeling. Trust me, but alright then. See you later, and I may return at some other point.
Okie dokie,
Have a
dearie.
nice day, my lady.
You too. Goodbye.
I'm just gonna start jogging towards the library and have a look
Yeah.
see for books and portals for this matter.
Yeah, you leave, and as you leave, you'll see her put the box back under the counter. She puts some money away, and you leave. You leave the shop, and you go ahead down to the library. Before we get into that, does anyone else want to do anything?
I wanna. Well, since I wanted to get information
I want
on.
to buy a set of thieves tools.
Hmm?
I want to buy a set of thieves tools.
Alright, okay. We'll get to you in a minute then, Alcus. Sorry, Sonara. What did you want to do, sorry?
I wanted to head to the library.
Alright, so you also head to the library. We'll do you and Anders simultaneously when you're at the library then. You want to go find some thieves' tools, Arcus?
To be fair, I would like to buy some thieves' tools and a disguise kit myself.
Alright, so do you want to just go down together?
Yeah, might as well.
Huh? Alright, so you guys head down. You come across this very interesting shop. It seems like a load of junk. It seems to be like random stuff just kind of everywhere. You walk in and you see this there at the counter. You see at the counter you see this hooded figure, but with the hood down. So he has a cloaked figure with a hood, I guess, but he has his hood down. You see he's a dwarf. He has red hair and a big, bushy, red, unkept beard. It's crazy. He's currently digging into some bread, and you can kind of see all the crumbs getting into his beard, and he's kind of like rubbing them off. He turns over and kind of sees you. His face smiles up as he's like trying to wipe down the crumbs, and he has rosy cheeks. You see he has bright green eyes, and he's quite small. Because I'm really bad at dwarf accents, you're gonna have to like just bear with me here.
Come on, man, you need to practice your Scottish accent.
Oh, look at this! Customers! He kind of jumps off the counter and runs up to you. What can I help with you lovely folks today?
Wait, are we at the library?
No, this is Chibi Narcus. I'm gonna do the library in a minute. I'm just gonna do the library in a minute. So I was gonna do you and Sailors together.
Even though, they're typing, but they can do the talking. My character doesn't like talking very much, so...
Okay, that's fine. He gives out a chuckle, Arcus. Well, I hope not. Yeah, I've got all kind of tools. Of course, this is Brayloff's Tools Emporium. I'm terrible at names. Well, and he kind of, how many do you want?
I would like a set too, because...
2 sets! Alright then. He kind of goes off, scurries behind the counter. You see him just kind of throwing random stuff, and he looks like he's like digging for somewhere. You can kind of tell by, especially, obviously how unkept his beard is. He kind of keeps the store kind of unkept as well. It's kind of a bit messy. He gets them out, and basically they're 25 gold each.
Oh, I can afford that.
So give him over the gold.
Yeah, I can do that.
Sure. So you give him over the gold. He gives you your set. Big smile. As you give him the money, he kind of stares at the gold, and he's got a massive smile on his face, and he shoves it in his back pocket. And then he holds out the set to Arcus, and then he waits expectingly. Cool. So you exchange as well, and he gets the money. He goes, is there anything else I can help you with today?
You don't happen to sell disguise kits, do you?
Ha ha! Of course I do. He goes back, and this time he seems to have it under his counter. That is also 25 gold. So.
Right, I'll take some of them as well.
Yeah, and kind of as he brings out the kit, you kind of see around like kind of like props, like dress up and kind of like dress up kind of thing, like some scarves and hats. He kind of like, oh, this is meant to be in here as well. Kind of shoves some stuff in and goes, yeah, okay. And then he gives it to you. You exchange the gold over. So obviously that's 50 gold from you and then 25 from Arcus, all together. And he gets the gold. He shoves it in his back pocket, claps his hand together, and goes, "Yeah, is that all today?"
That's all from me.
Well, thank you. Have a great day. He kind of goes back, jumps on the counter, and continues digging into his bread. There he has his bread and soup. So, you two have finally acquired thieves' tools.
Why is everyone going to the library anyway? I was out of the room, so I missed all that.
Portal information, potentially.
I guess it's information.
I want information on that dragon.
You know, I'm just gonna head back to the I'm gonna head back to the thing and try and find Mogul. Although I know you can't actually do that because he's not here. You guys can enjoy the library. I'm not going with you.
So you go off, then Chibi, and then Akash, you make your way to the library. Just so you know, when you guys put them in your tools, your actual... Oh no, you don't need to. Is it already... I'm assuming it's already set up, you just didn't have them yet?
Yeah, I've got them at the side. Do I not need to add them to my inventory?
Yeah, you need to add them to your inventory. I'm just wondering if... Oh no, okay, it's fine. I was going to say to put your proficiencies in there, but you guys have already done it. Just obviously add the tools to your inventory. That's fine. Yeah. Right then. I want to try and find someone that could start question lines about backstory. Okay. So then, you go back, GB. You try and look for Murgle. You attempt to look for him. While that's happening, kind of simultaneously almost, all three of you kind of bump into each other at the library entrance. And then you can talk if you wish, or but you guys go inside, and because Sonara, you haven't technically had a turn yet. What are you looking for? Sonara.
I'm pretty sure he's there for a dragon.
Yeah, they're looking to learn about any dragons that might be sealed in the area.
Okay, so roll an investigation check for me, please.
Okay. This had to be investigation.
Sorry, bro. You're reading through books. Nice.
Oh.
So you try and look through some books on some dragons. You do. You're able to compare that the dragon that was there. You do manage to find information about on it. You do find out that it was a red dragon wormling. So basically, like a baby dragon that has not long just hatched. So it could be between anywhere between. If you give me a second, I need to find the page. Books and stuff.
I think it's like 2 to 3 days. No, wait, no.
You kind of guessed that it's only been alive for about 5 years or less. You're not entirely sure of how long it is actually, how old it actually is, but from reading about the books, you do know it's 5 years or less. You also know that dragon was part of it is classed as a chromatic dragon. There are 5 chromatic dragons. There's red, blue, green, black, and white. You do learn that that specific dragon, the red one, obviously may not be quite to be feared because it's just a baby, a wormling. But you do find out when it grows up to be bigger, when it's an adult or whatever, they can be quite dangerous. They are quite strong. They're probably the strongest out of the chromatic dragons. They're basically like tyrants. They're very arrogant. They love power, but sometimes They normally prefer to be living in the mountains as their preferred terrain. But as well as being arrogant, they can also be quite destructive. If when they're enraged, they act on impulse when angered. So they become very ferocious and vengeful if you do cross a red dragon, and they can be pretty powerful. Trying to find out why it was there and why it's around here is quite strange to you. There is mountains near Waterdeep, but the thing is, you kind of feel like you're kind of reading up on its regional origin. You're not quite sure why it was there. I mean, technically it was near Daggerford, sorry, because that's where you were. But you honestly not sure. You find no like articles about any red dragons that were sighted around the area. You kind of feel like this is like the first time this has happened, and you're not quite sure. But that's what you do find a lot about red dragons, though.
Alright, then Alright, as I close up the book and you're ready to leave, I'm just gonna say to myself, thank God they didn't fucking shoot.
Thank God what?
I said, as I'm closing to myself, thank God they didn't shoot it.
Alright.
So, if we shot that dragon, that would have been really fucking bad, I take it.
Potentially.
You'd know. Anyway, so as you're finishing up reading about that, I guess doing an order, I guess sailors. So you're finding about.
Portals. I'm gonna try and correlate the purple one with something I can find here.
Sure. So if you'd like to roll an investigation check for me, then please.
Now, may I try to barter something? I have potentially been in this library for a very long time, so I should theoretically know a fair bit of the positioning of the books, correct? Or is it not completely connected to Candlekeep?
I mean, this is just a... Wait. Candlekeep is nowhere near Waterdeep.
Oh wait, shit, yeah, that's a bit far away. Never mind then.
Yeah, I was gonna say...
Forget about the rope thing.
Alright.
I forgot the geography of this world.
Yeah, no worries. It can be quite confusing.
So, investigation again?
Yeah, investigation, please, yeah.
Come on, baby.
13. Okay. So you try and compare. You learn about portals. You learn that obviously portals are gateways to other dimensions, realms, planes of existence. You're not.
Can I also just do a straight up Arcana check to see if I just get a jolt of information from my teachings at Candlekeep? Maybe I can find something in my memory about that type of portal.
I mean, this is
It's high level magic.
It's kind of your investigation. That's the thing.
But arcane law.
What you do read, though, there is one you're not quite sure, but you do have a theory. You kind of compare the kind of portal to like maybe other portals, but it's very difficult because the kind of portal you saw is very strange, and it seems to be different based on the casters that cast it. But you do have a theory that this is possibly a portal to somewhere called the Shadowfell.
Oh fuck. There comes the Benegame yard. Okay, calm down, Anders. Keep the metagaming away. So, do I get an Arcana check or something for the Shadowfell, or should I just leave that out?
I mean, you can continue reading to find out places about the Shadowfell.
Okay.
Roll another investigation check for me, please.
We'll be right back.
Okay, no worries.
Fuck yeah!
So you manage to get a lot of information about the Shadowfell. You know this is another realm for where undead live. Actually, give me a second. Let me get the.
Yes, where usually undead can be sent if they are banished by the banishment spell, and is the home of various gods of undeath and
Yeah.
very generally bad things.
So the Shadowfell.
Kind of neutral, but it's also very deadly.
Yeah. So basically Shadowfell, right? It's also people also refer it as the plane of shadow.
Yes.
It's, you reading up, it's a dimension of black, grey, and white, where most of the colour has been bleached from everything. It is a place of
Very
darkness, and it hates the light. The sky is black. There's a black vault with neither sun nor stars. The Shadowfell does it does overlap the material plane in much the same way as like the Feywild does. Aside from the colourless landscape, it appears similar to the material plane. Landmarks from the material plane are recognisable in Shadowfell, but they're a little bit more twisted and warped than as it's more of a reflection of the material plane.
Also, I'm just gonna assume this is an example in the book. It's classified as a mirror realm, almost like the Feywild.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like a mirror world to the material plane, but everything's a lot more
Much
dark.
grimmer.
Yeah, it's more grim and dark and twisted.
A lot more undead. It's
Yeah, definitely.
technically the home of the undead.
It basically is.
Yeah, it's a second home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reading on though, you do know also. There is a mountain that stands in the wait.
I'm back. What I missed?
Shadowfell.
But yeah, so and reading a bit more, a little bit more about the portal. Similar to the Fey crossings, shadow crossings are locations where the veil between the material plane and the Shadowfell is so thin that creatures can walk from one plane to another. A blot of shadow in the corner of a dusty crypt might be a shadow crossing, as might an open grave. Shadow crossings form in gloomy places where spirits or the stench of death lingers, such as battlefields, graveyards, and tombs. They manifest only in darkness, closing as soon as they feel light's kiss. Basically, this is a bit weird to you. You see, the thing is, although the location, it wasn't the best for a crossing, but they seem to have somehow
Forced it open.
yeah, basically forced it open, and it was and that's why you guys were sent there, basically, because obviously it was very unstable, especially because there's only two people trying to open it. They kind of forced it. They kind of forced a rip in the space, and that's why there was unbalanced magical energy flying everywhere, causing a lot of problems.
Okay, I just want to do a quick test of a thing. I'm just gonna try and touch the pin and just try and see if I can be used. Actually, can I just do an Arcana check to see if there's magic on the pin?
I
See
mean,
if it's a way of communicating with the Harpers.
possibly, but
Yes.
I do have one bit of a little bit more information to give you. If I can fucking find it. 1 second. Where is it? I had it here somewhere. Give me 1 second. There is something else you need to know.
Hey.
I think it's in a different book. 1 second. I think I'm being dumb. All right. Right. Something else that you read that that you understand. Also, something else interesting you read about the Shadowfell is that dragons can be taken there when they're either still in the egg or still young. and they can over years and years can basically, because of the way the realm of the Shadowfell works, it kind of basically fucks with the dragon's like genetics and slowly transforms them into something called a shadow dragon. This takes a long time, a period of years, and you read that during this time, basically the dragon scales lose their luster and fade to a charcoal gray. Its leathery wings become translucent, and its eyes paling to pools of opalescent grey. And they eventually, they basically get stripped of whatever they were and become something else.
They become of shadow.
A shadow dragon is so sufficed with the power of the Shadowfell that even a return to the material plane can't undo its transformation. Some shadow dragons attempt to lure other creatures from the mortal realm back to the Shadowfell to keep them company, at least until they tire of their guests and devour them. So
You could say, oh god, I hate myself for saying this, the shadow of the former self. Ugh, I hate myself for saying that.
Banish you to the shadow realm.
It had to be done.
No, it didn't.
I'm just trying to. Hey Chris.
What's up?
So he just made like a really awful pun. How should I punish him?
Kill him.
I'm not gonna kill him. Okay, never mind. Alright, I'll let you off this time. Anyway, but that's what you get from reading about it, and to be fair, that was a lot of information. So you said you wanted to touch the pin.
Yes, I'm gonna see if it's a makeshift communication device as well, potentially.
Roll an Arcana check.
Yay. Yay.
So you touch the pin and attempt to see if it's some sort of communication device, and you get there's some bit of magic on it. Very, very faint, but it's not what you think it is. It's not like a walkie-talkie or anything. It's not like a communication device.
Damn it. I really would need to get this information to them. I can at least share this with my party and share with them those horrid revelations.
Okay.
And that pun, probably.
Alright, fair enough. So while you're reading upon that, Arcus, did you want to, your turn now, did you want to roll an investigation check for me? Okay. So you start digging through some books. You start digging around some books. It takes you quite a few hours. You're just digging around. Actually, I think I remember. Do you remember last time? You did find out some information. Do you remember what that was? I think you asked a librarian. I can't exactly remember what it was.
He asked the librarian?
He asked the librarian. So crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay. So, did you want to do like a general kind of search, or did you want to specifically search for that name? I think it was Winterglen, right? I believe it was Winterglen.
Getting tired of typing. Screw it. Not really sure what I want to do. All I know is, let's see.
I mean, you could focus on searching on the information you got, if you'd like.
Yeah, let's focus on the information I have and try to do some more research on them.
All right. So
see
you.
if there's anything event in their kingdom's past that may correlate to me doing something that would cause me to have a battlefield in my head.
Alright, so you basically start focusing on the word Winterglen, which the librarian kind of told you briefly about what she recognised. you do basically find that across the Sea of Swords, which is the sea between where you guys are and some small islands, there is actually a forest named Winterglen, which is on the island of Gwyneth. Let me just type that for you. The island is called Gwyneth. You know that there are a few places on there, a few cities. Sorry, there is the main city, which is Citadel Umbra, which is the main city on Gwyneth. And then you actually know that the Winterglen is actually the name of the large forest that is also on that, which is also on the island, because that is the name of the forest. You also reading up. You also read up that the current. You kind of read up some history about there, and you actually find out that the royal family that live on this island, who run the city, and the king, the last known current king, which are actually named after not after the city. Surprisingly, it's actually named after the forest itself. Because the reason is, in the forest of Winterglen, it basically is it's basically, there's like a Fey crossing there. So as well as the job of ruling the city on the island, the Winterglen family also had a part of protecting.
1 second, guys. I gotta answer the phone call real quick.
Okay. So I guess quickly then, Willow, you still here?
Yep.
Did you want to roll an investigation check to try and find Mogul?
Investigation.
You search.
Survival to try and track.
You kind of look around. You look at you look around the inn that you guys stay in. You don't seem to find him drinking or eating. You go to where his room would normally be. It doesn't seem to be there either. It doesn't seem to be in his room. It's a big city. You try and look around. Oh, hi. You try and look around town, but you don't seem to find him. You're thinking to yourself, he'll probably pop up somewhere.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go sit in my room then.
Alright, no worries. Okay, so
I'll do my 4 hours of meditation, I guess.
Sure, you go ahead. So back to Edward then. So yeah, so basically the family is in charge of basically trying to keep anything bad happening or anything bad coming out or coming into that Fey crossing. And obviously trying to keep him out the forest or in the forest occasionally, and otherwise they would obviously go to the Citadel and possibly destroy the city, or so it's basically just a protection. And I'm reading the current king, the last known king, is. Oh wait, where am I typing? I don't even know. His name is John Cena. No, Reynard Winterglen. And that is the last known current king. Reading that name, your head starts to hurt, and you recognize that name and you feel like you know that name. You're not too sure on like memories or anything, but you definitely recognize that name, and it definitely rings a bell in your head. And that's what you read.
Progress.
You still here, dude? You are muted if you're unaware of that.
Oh. So, the quest line is there. I guess. I'm gonna go share this information with my friends.
Okay.
And to their dismay, I'm going to share my findings as well, and I'm also going to show them the tell them the pun.
He tells you this really terrible. He gives you the information and then delivers this pun.
And I'm gonna go cringing to bed.
Okay. So as he
Because I recognize it's bad, but it has to be done. Seriously, there's no way you cannot make that fucking pun.
You're terrible. So you all share off the information that you've gone. So you all now have the information about from, well, unless Sonara, you sharing the information about the dragons?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we have to rescue this thing, I'd rather us rescuing it without it getting pissed off at us, because I don't want that thing coming back 10 years down the line.
Alright. So you share, so everyone now has the information. Hopefully you was all paying attention, because I'm not repeating it. So you all have the information about the red dragons and like what the red dragon's about. You also have the information about Shadowfell and possibly why they took the dragon into Shadowfell, and also Arcus assumingly excitingly tells you about the fact that he remembers something about his past.
Well, not necessarily excitedly, because these are guys who wanted to hunt me down.
Okay, right.
So, I essentially relay the information to them.
Sure, okay. And then you've already eaten today, so you don't need to eat. And then I assume you all go bed. Go off your separate ways and go bed. And I'll probably end the episode here. The session here. But there we go.